Hey guys, it's Chris Hardwick. You know me from my podcast, and I'm heard all over the place because that's the most downloaded podcast in the whole world. Hey guys, I really thank you for doing that because you're the greatest people in the world. You make me what I am, and I love you. Hey guys, go see my TV show at midnight, and then also stop listening to my podcast and listen to independent podcasters. You know, the ones that really need your support, not the ones like me that have a bunch of money. So listen to independent podcasters. Stop listening to me. I'm Chris Hardwick. Bye.
This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 855. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, here at the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Today it's part 3 of my 4-part interview with the wonderful Seattle singer-songwriter Daniel G. Harmon. Plus we have Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, and the newest way for balding men to struggle to hold on to their hair, Mike's Daily Podcast, is Plucking It. What the pluck? We find out if there's any there. Mike's Daily Podcast. So here is what I have learned this week. That some things we let our friends take a peek at in our lives. Others we say, you freak, but out. Respect my space. Respect me. And I learned that maybe I have a crush on Mike's Daily Podcast. I have a crush on Ann Hathaway, riding wrecking balls, wearing blush. Mike's but what other male Daily in America has not said that exact same thing? Yeah! Podcasting is fun. If you don't mind the constant question, what's your podcast about? What's your podcast about? Oh, well, it's sort of a comedy podcast where I talk to musicians and other guests. Oh. Yeah, and I imitate a bunch of characters. Oh, like who? Like ones that I've made up. You've made up characters? Yeah, like the Brewmaster. Hello, I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy. Oh, that sounds like a muppet. Or that bear from the Cleveland Show. It's not the bear from the Cleveland Show! Seth MacFarlane sucks! Look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How you doing? And it's a disgruntled fiddle player. Tell you what. What? I think you just need to let it go about Seth MacFarlane being so successful and whatnot. I understand. He's not only this great voice actor, but he's also a good-looking guy. He's got these beady little eyes. You know, people love him. Yeah, and his shows are hilarious. Yeah. So Shelley Schuhart last show wanted to say, she said she wanted to move to San Francisco to live with the 50 Shades of Grey guy, and I advised her against it. Yeah, I think that was a good idea, because if she had moved there to be with the 50 Shades of Grey guy, she would have felt used. Exactly. Amy Schumer's funny. Mark, she's hilarious. I saw her on the Ellen DeGeneres show. You were watching Ellen DeGeneres? Yeah, I can watch what I want. Yeah, it's a funny... Amy Schumer was making Ellen laugh. Amy talking about how she does not have the right body shape for Hollywood and that her arms are too big. And when she walks down the street, people think that she's actually got legs where her arms are. And they're like, oh, it's an octopus. God, my throat is all messed up today. Mark, have a little sip of that water. I just did. Wow. Mark, I wonder why your voice is all messed up. That's a good question. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the earth beer. I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, and you're not from the Cleveland Show.
No, that show is canceled. It no longer exists. I'm in a cartoon, though.
That's right. You are in a cartoon. Today's podcast picture where we discuss Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he owns everything.
Pretty much.
Mike, I don't get that Amy Schumer joke.
With the arms?
Yeah, I don't get it. Explain it.
Well, there's a... Hey, so this happened. This guy, he's like a researcher. So he's smart. He, from the University of Southern California's Keck School of Medicine, found that plucking a specific amount of hair in a precise pattern results in significant regeneration. This according to UPI.com. The idea turned experiment began when visiting scholar Chi Chang Chen arrived in Los Angeles. Oh, actually, he's from the National Yang Ming University and Veterans General Hospital in Taiwan. He'd been studying the effects of hair follicle injuries. His research showed that surrounding follicles are coaxed into overdrive when a nearby injury is detected. He hypothesized that I just went through puberty again. God, that was fun. By plucking hairs, scientists could trick local follicles into thinking an injury had occurred. So he and his colleagues tested different pluck patterns and methods. Mice served as the first test subjects. Oh, poor mice. When plucking hairs in a low-density pattern from a loosely defined area, no growth was observed. But when researchers plucked hairs from a highly concentrated area, significant follicle regeneration occurred.
Mike?
Yeah? Disgruntled Fiddle Player?
So what you're saying is y'all gotta pull out your hair so that you won't lose your hair?
Yeah.
That's just wrong. That's just messed up. And everything else.
Yeah, reading that, I had the exact same conjecture. Mark, I think that conjecture should be conjectiled right out of the cafe anyway. Like this? Ha, yeah, that's stupid. I like bald men, but I'll buy till the balls was hot. What do you think about all that? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. You read your comments on the section emails from email. Also, email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you would like to sponsor the show, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. Oh my God, I'm bald.
Mike, you just realized that? Your picture's all over your website. Oh boy.
Oh. Speaking of my website, go there to find links to where to listen to the show in iTunes at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. You can comment on the show and rate the show there. If you do that, more people find out about us, and we don't languish in obscurity like the awful Antichrist Chris Hardwick was talking about, who has a lot of hair at the beginning of the show. You can also hear the show on YouTube, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, Podomatic, Mixcloud, Spreaker, Player FM, Ameristream.
Mark, you're also on the Connecticut radio station weekdays. Oh boy.
In the morning, that's right. You don't sound like a Seth MacFarlane character. He has a lot of hair. And you can also hear me on the weekends. Tomorrow I'll be on Country Crossroads Radio from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. And links to all those radio stations, as well as where to find us on Facebook. Like the Facebook page when I post a new show. Share it with your friends and more people find out about us. You can also follow us on Twitter and retweet us. More people find out about us that way, too. Links to find us on Instagram, Yelp, and Tumblr, as well as the Amazon link. If you're going to buy anything on Amazon, go through that link to buy whatever it is, and we get a little bit of support from that as well. There's also the blog, the Daily Podcast Picture, all my past interviews, all there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. And speaking of interviews, here's part 3 of my interview with the wonderful singer-songwriter Daniel G. Harmon.
Into an interview.
Sure.
I'm talking with Daniel G. Harmon. He's got a new album called White Mountains, and he was with the band The Trouble Starts. You can hear more about him at his website, DanielGHarmon.com, also thetroublestarts.bandcamp.com. And what's going on with you? You've done a lot of live gigs lately.
I have. I've done a lot over the last 10 years, I guess. Some years are more busy, some aren't. This is less busy than others, but still good. The city of Seattle started this program. Well, I guess SeaTac Airport started this program where they pay musicians to come and play for a couple hours a day. So I luckily have been looped in with that, and I've been doing that every week for 4 hours a week, and going down to SeaTac and playing my songs, and that's been really awesome, meeting so many amazing people, and for the first time in my life, selling merchandise. So I've been doing that, and it's kind of a great idea. And it's a great idea, but it's also, for me, it's a great way to flesh out ideas and to practice old songs, and because you're just kind of standing there for 4 hours, you know.
Well, what shows have you got coming up?
I have 2 on the books. I have the CD release show, which is April 9th here in Seattle at Vermilion, and then
Which happened yesterday.
Yeah, that happened yesterday. Okay. Thanks, everyone, for coming.
Thank you. It was an awesome success.
And then if you live in Port Townsend, Washington, this beautiful town on the coast, on the Strait of Juan de Fuca, I'm playing there on Saturday the 11th. And then I'm playing again in Seattle on May 1st.
Let's play Pistols at Dawn.
Cool.
Such a nice driving tune with a cool little organ line in there, and you got the OOOs in there.
Got to get the hook in there.
What inspired this one?
It's about leaving the town I grew up in, and a lot of the aggression in that town and getting away from that.
Excellent. Let's say goodbye to that town, and it's from
forever.
From his album White Mountains. It's Daniel G. Harmon on Mike's Daily Podcast. Yeah! Daniel G. Harmon as we go outside of Cafe Anyway here at the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Tomorrow, the finale of my Into An interview with Daniel G. Harmon.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And the picture is that drawing of the Brewmaster and I.
Mike, we had a great time talking about Ann Hathaway and why she looks great riding on wrecking balls.
No. That's not what we talked about in that drawing. And you've upset Basil. He's leaving.
Oh, all right. Well, I was confused, and I don't know what this podcast is about.
It's comedy, and we talk to people, and it's sort of a mishmash of variety. And I have these characters that come in, like you.
Yeah, but I don't want to listen to people that sound like Muppets.
No, they're not. They're just crazy, bizarre voices, and people laugh at them because they're so bizarre and strange.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting to hear a bizarre voice.
You're bizarre sounding.
What? Do you like it when I point at your face?
I'm pointing at your face and you're pointing at mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see this happen on another podcast.
We're gonna fight.
Okay. I won that fight.
In your dreams.
No, I did. Actually, I don't think I did because I'm missing all my teeth now. But that's the end of that show. And I'd like to say that was a pretty good show overall. I don't know if it's as good as my radio shows that I do, like the country one I do on the weekend or the variety pop rock station that I do during the week. I don't know. It could have been better. It could have had more high points, low points. It could have been longer. It's like not even a half hour. It's like less than 20 minutes, this show. But you know what? I think overall we learned a lot. And butt the hell out of my life. Mark, I don't care about your life. Except that you don't like backseat drivers. Who does? Good point. Bye. We're done. Yeah, we're done. Next show, it's going to be the finale of my Into an interview with Daniel G. Harmon. And we're going to hear from Madame Rutabaga Valentino and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.